Hello, love. It is actually quite early today. I woke up with some good dreams that didn't very well carry over. Now, if you are specifically watching this and you know who you are, you probably don't want to finish. But if the others who are watching this want to know, I am going to regale you with a true life tale that happened to me last Valentine's Day, because that has been affecting me lately. I've never really been good with holidays. A lot of you who specifically know me know that anything where you celebrate another human being, or just me in general, birthdays or anything like that, I never have a good time because nobody ever celebrates me in the same way that I celebrate them. I've had to come to the realization that maybe I'm just not worth it. And it hurts. It hurts sometimes. But some people are worth it. But I feel like I may have been affected quite heavily last Valentine's Day because it really did hurt. Specifically because everything leading up to Valentine's Day was not very good either. But I mean, it is what it is. Life has put this path in front of me, and no amount of what I want, what I strive for, what I do, will change the path that I'm on, it seems. So let me tell you the story of our last Valentine's Day and how it really kind of affected me and how I didn't feel good. For the most part, I've always tried to at least do something good for the person that I'm with. I may not be perfect, because I mean nobody is, but at least I try to go the extra mile. Me and her had talked about things that she wanted to do. I was going to be having my daughters that weekend because, hey, guess what? It fell on a weekend, which was great. We were off. We were going to have a good time. So I made plans for everyone. My daughters were bringing a friend up, which, again, I got the okay before I even decided to do anything. So that day, I woke up early and I went out to the store and I picked up flowers for everybody. Every female that was going to be in my house. She had woken up while I was gone, so I told her what I was doing. And I came back and I gave her the flowers and the chocolates that I had bought for her specifically. She seemed happy, which was great. She started playing her video game on the TV in the living room. I was happy to see her, as I always am. She put the flowers on the table, little TV tray that I have for my living room, next to the main chair, and left them there all day. Of course, she told me later that she doesn't like real flowers. She only likes plastic flowers, and I guess that makes sense. So this year, plastic flowers it is. And I took her out to the mall, and I wanted to take her out to eat as well for lunch, but we spent a lot of time at the mall browsing stores that she wanted, and I almost ran out of time to go pick up my daughters that were in Texas. So after the mall, I brought her back to the house, and left her here. The only gift that she said she was going to give me for Valentine's Day was, she was going to clean up a little bit, which is fine. That's sort of my love language, which we've talked about, is someone helping me because I can't feel like I can do it alone. The service love language, as they say. So I left her here so she could, do what she wanted to do, which is fine, which was great. I wasn't expecting much, and I didn't really care to expect much. So we were going to be able to spend the day together with my daughters, and that alone was what I was really hoping for. So I drove down to Texas and picked up my daughters and their little friend and took their flowers to them. All those little girls were happy and gave them the candies that I bought them too. Brought them back here. We spent a little time at the house. They were going over their Valentine's Day gifts from school. And me and Love were, just kind of hanging around. And I was sitting here at the computer for a little bit. And she gave me a kiss on the cheek and said, "Happy Valentine's Day," which was nice. After a bit, I decided to take everybody out to dinner and a movie. The new Sonic movie was coming out, obviously, which is fantastic. If you have not seen it, by the way, I bought it, I believe. I believe I did. Yeah. So we go out to one of my favorite restaurants here that I figured everybody would like, called Thai Noodle World in Lawton. If you haven't tried that yet, I would also try going there. I actually have some leftovers in my refrigerator right now because I needed some last night. So we went out to Thai Noodle World. All the girls got their pho because they're all anime-inspired girls. My life. I've got my favorite, which was the Malaysian laksa, and Love got the crab fried rice, which is fine. I didn't mind spending the little extra. They had these little appetizers that they called golden bags of love, which I picked those up too. They were kind of like shumai, but they were kind of like wrapped up like a gift almost, which was really good. Everybody liked those. Love only ate a couple of bites of hers, which was fine too, because she's never really had it before, but she liked crab. So I told her, I basically let everybody have whatever they wanted. It was on me like it usually is, but I wanted to make sure everybody was happy. They had a special on mango sticky rice for dessert, so I picked up that too, and I fed her by hand, because she was wary at first of the sticky rice, and I remember using my chopsticks to feed her the sticky rice, and her eyes kind of lighting up like, oh my gosh, it's like oatmeal, and which it was. It was very much like oatmeal. It's very good though too. It comes with basically a half of a mango cut up, and the sticky rice has like some sort of like a syrupy sauce, which is sweet, and it's very good. And I fed her that by hand, which was kind of nice. I like that. Afterwards, we came back to the house as we got ready for the movie, and then she said, well, I'm going to go spend time with my son, which was fine. She had said that she wasn't going to today, but she changed her mind, which was also fine. It was her family. I offered to bring him along too, but that wasn't something that was going to happen, it seems. So she left right before going to see the Sonic movie. Me, my daughters, and their friend went to the Sonic movie. It was relatively late. Again, the movie was great. It's fantastic. Me with three little girls in the Sonic movie was kind of fun. I brought them back to the house. It was like midnight by the time that we got back. I let them stay up a little bit more because they were all, doing the little girly things before, sleepover stuff. And then when they finally went to bed, I went and laid down, and it was close to about 1 or 2 o'clock when Love finally showed back up. I thought she was bringing her son. She did not. She just showed back up. Came in there and laid down next to me, and just kind of went to sleep with me. I was upset, visibly. I never tried to hide my feelings because, what's there to hide? I always try to talk them out first. I always tried to have a conversation and explain my point of view. Just never seemed to matter or catch. Maybe that's why she felt like she was never good enough, because she never wanted to put forth the effort in being in a relationship with me. The things that I needed was just her. As always, I never had any bad moments, except when it came from not getting enough of her. She chose to leave every time. But it affected me. It really kind of did. I was upset for a long while, a very long while. I tried to explain it to her. We had talked about it a little bit afterwards, talking about memories. After I'd finally gotten over it, and on her account, she said it was a very happy memory. She said it was one of her favorite days, and I tried to explain to her. I was like, I'm grateful that was a really great memory for you, but it was not for me. I didn't feel like you were there for me. I didn't feel like what I did mattered. And then for the longest time afterwards, she kept saying things like, well, I wish I could have seen the Sonic movie. I wish I could have gone with you guys. And it wasn't... I tried to remind her it was never my choice that she wasn't there. My choice, always, was her. The saddest part is, it kind of still is. Again, I don't lie. I'm not going to badmouth her. We all make mistakes. We all do bad things. We all do things we regret. I just have to get over it, I guess, huh? Keep the happy memories. It's a Valentine's Day and many days where I feel like I should be celebrated. Never really turned out the way I wanted it to. And it's been that way for a very long time. For a very long time. I was thankful for my last birthday where my best friend showed up when Love chose not to. daughters were here. My best friend was here. She kind of made everything better. And then on the day of my birthday, I got to be with Love, and it was good. Her idea of spending the day with me was having me pay for us to go to places I wanted to eat at, and that was it. But I still enjoyed the day with her, as I enjoyed every day with her. Somebody asked me, my best friend asked me just recently, because we were going over this, because obviously, hey, I'm still stuck. She asked me specifically, do you miss being treated like you didn't matter? And I told her no. I don't miss being treated that way. What I miss were the little moments. The way that she would look up at me when I looked down at her. The way she would run her hands through my hair. The smile she would give. I miss the way that when we're driving and she wanted to hold my hands, she tried to get her fingers in there just so tightly. She would literally hold my hand just to get them in there as tightly as she could. I miss the way that when we were laying together, she would get up to change her position, and then she'd look back at me and just kind of like wiggle a little bit. It was silly, but it was great. The way we would make puns and joke about everything. I miss sitting here next to her, playing video games that we both enjoyed. Her climbing up into my lap at every chance that she got, just to watch TV. Making her food that she really liked, and watching her eat it and devour it, the entire thing, and ask for more. That was good. Being in public with her and having the silly conversations that we would have. Look, I can go on all day, and she's probably not even here to listen or even care. I don't miss the times where I felt I was not good enough to be there, that she wanted to be there with me, that I was not good enough to have her in my life for always. I don't miss that. But I miss the person that I wanted to be there for me. Always. Yeah, sorry, this is probably more emotional than I originally intended it to be. When I get off my nights, I kind of skip a day without taking my medicine, so booyah. I have a couple of weird videos coming up that I'm thinking about doing that are kind of funny, so hopefully that will change my mood for the rest of the day. Thanks for sticking around.